Conor. Obviously, I know it's a tough night. You know, you go in there obviously up 2 weight classes. Obviously, I know at the end of the day you did have respect for Nate Diaz. But kind of walk me through your emotions right now. I mean, obviously it was a big night for you and a big moment for the company. But what are you feeling right now?
You know, it's a bitter pill to swallow. I took a shot. I went at it. I feel I was simply inefficient with my energy. Usually, I fight a man in the division I am champion in, and they crumble under those shots. But Nate took them very well. The weight, I think, allowed him to take those shots well. So I think with a little bit of an adjustment and a recognition that the bigger man, you must be a bit more efficient with your striking. You must not put everything into the shots. But I was simply inefficient with my energy. I made some errors. You know, hats off to Nate. He fought very well. He stayed in there. A lot of people have crumbled under the shots, and his range was a factor. My left hand was falling short sometimes. The wheel kicks didn't really. My wheel kicks weren't. I threw them and missed them once or twice. Maybe hit a glove, and I think they done more to my energy than they did to his energy, and it was simply a battle of energy in there, and he got the better of that. So this is the game. We win some, we lose some. I will never shy away from a challenge. I will never shy away from defeat, or you know, this is part of the game. So I'm happy to come out there, continue and stay in this fight. I had many chances to not do this and sit and wait, but I went in. I took the fight, and it didn't pay off. This is the fight business. It's another day. I'll come back.
I almost hate even asking you this question, Conor, because obviously you fought at lightweight before. You were a lightweight champion before. But does this, you know, what direction does this put you in for what's next? I mean, is it a featherweight title defense? Have you? I mean, I know it's even hard to process this on the night, but where is your mind at with that?
I don't know. I know there's a lot of people celebrating this in the featherweight division. There are many people celebrating another man's victory. It's something that I cannot understand how somebody not involved can celebrate another man's victory. At the end of the day, I am the featherweight world champion. I feel it is right to go back down and remind them of what I achieved and what I done to that division. But I am not forgetting about the 155-pound division. I am not certainly forgetting about the 170-pound division. I actually enjoyed the fact that a person could take the shots and keep coming. He kept his composure. He went into almost autopilot mode with the shots. His face was bust up, and I went into panic mode. There was just a shift of energy, and he capitalized on it. I think with a bit of adjustment and a recognition that the heavier man can take, it must take more than one, more than two, more than three to put the heavier man away. I think if I go in with that mindset at a heavier weight, I will do fine again. But I think next is probably go back down and defend my featherweight crown.
Was there anything to this fight where 170 played a huge deal? I mean, what was the biggest deal about moving up to 170 in this fight?
You know, I don't. It is what it is. He was a heavier. It was simply me fighting a heavier man, and that's it. But he could take a hell of a shot, and he's, you know, him and Nick have that kind of style. You know, they can take it and remain in there and remain in your face. In the second round, I was hitting glove. His range. He was coming close, and I was hitting glove, and that was kind of draining me. He was just simply more efficient with his energy. Stayed in my face, capitalized on it. I make no excuses. It is what it is. I came up short. I took a chance. It didn't pay off. I'll be back.
Thank you, guys.
Conor, you talked about your willingness to take risks and do things that other fighters wouldn't do, and largely I think it's because they want to avoid moments like this. You know, it's easier to play it safe. Any regrets at all that now that you've lost, that maybe it would have been easier just to stay at 145?
Absolutely none. I enjoyed the whole experience. When Dos Anjos pulled and I got Nate, I was actually relishing the opportunity to step in there against Nate. I have always enjoyed Nate and Nick and their fighting approach, and even the build-up. I had a lot of fun in it, like listening to some of the things he was saying. I had fun in there, and the fight was a fun fight as well. He stayed in there, we talked, we were verbal. It was an enjoyable fight. I would have liked him to be a little bit more efficient and not give towards the end of the second, but we live and we learn.
It's been a hallmark of yours to kind of fight frequently, but now that finally the win streak has ended, is it time to take a little time off and enjoy yourself, or do you feel like you want to get back in there quickly?
I haven't stopped in a long time. It's been a crazy couple of years. I've only really burst onto the scene and climbed all the way, but I'm still really enjoying it. I'm not tired of it. Now, go back down to the featherweight division. I'd imagine will be what is next. I don't know. I still feel UFC 200 is there for me, but I'll go back and sit. I'm not cut. I'm simply heartbroken, and that's it. I'll pick myself up and we'll figure it out in the morning.
Thanks, Conor. And just quickly back
You said in an interview last year, just down here at the back, mate. You said in an interview last year that your previous defeat to this in 2010, tapping out, ate you alive. Do you think doing that again is going to similarly kind of hurt for a long, long time?
You're damn right. It's a tough pill to swallow, but we can either run from adversity or we can face our adversity head on and conquer it, and that's what I plan to do. It wasn't ideal. I got caught. It is what it is. I'll face it. I'll take it on the chin, and I'll carry on. I'll learn from it, and that's it.
We don't know what officially is next for you yet, but you mentioned 145. Do you feel like your hand is kind of forced that you have to go back to 145, otherwise you might have to give up the belt? Is that sort of why that has to be next, or is that something you want to do? Do you want to go back to 145?
I weighed in 168 pounds. I didn't make anything. I simply ate regularly, so it's 145 isn't. It's a cut. It's intense, but I make it, and I make it every time. So I think 145 will be next. I'll defend my belt. I believe maybe Nate will fight Dos Anjos now. I think after I defend my belt and climb myself back up, I think I will get my shot at that lightweight belt once again. So maybe me and Nate can do it again.
In your opinion, who should that shot at 145 go to? Is it Edgar or is it Aldo?
I'm not sure. It's hard to kind of not give Aldo another go. He's 10 years he was 10 years undefeated, but again, he pulls out a lot. He doesn't show up a lot. Frankie at least gets in there and competes for it. So I don't know. I'll keep my ear to the ground and see who the fans want to see the most. What are the fans most interested in? Who do they want to see me defend the belt against? But then I'll sit and I'll wait patiently for the lightweight belt to be contested, and I'll make my way back up. I respect Nate. He fought very well with his energy. I felt I was winning. I won round one. I was winning round two. I felt towards the end he caught me with some shots. He stayed in it. He was very efficient with his energy. But I feel with some adjustments, I will climb back up and make my case for that second belt once again.
When you took Nate down after you were hurt, was that you were just trying to buy time there to kind of ride out the rest of the round?
I don't know. I was slipping that jab and banging the left hand a few times. It worked for me. Even when he added the left hand behind it, I came back in and my left hand was a hook and his left hand was a straight, and I was connecting with him, and his one was whizzing past the head. But in the second, I pulled and came into my left hand, and he just popped a little left straight in there. and it caught me off balance, and but I feel it was simply he was efficient with his energy and I was inefficient, and then that's it. I shot. He wrapped up the neck. I looked to pass guard, but he had that high elbow guillotine, so I was forced to roll to my back. And then, similar to the Mendez one, where I rolled and came back to my knees, I just hadn't got it in me. I ended up on bottom. He passed him out really quick, really smoothly, landed some shots, got me to turn. When I turned, he flattened me pretty quick as well, and then swung the choke. There's many lessons to be learned from the fight, but I'm happy with it. I'll learn, I'll grow, and I'll come back.
I have one more for you and then one quick one for Nate. You referenced before, you didn't understand people celebrating another man's victory. I assume you were referencing what Jose Aldo tweeted. Did you see that? And if you did, can you comment on how you took that?
I just think he had an opportunity to show up here, and he didn't. He could be sitting there he could be sitting where Nate's sitting right now. He was the first choice. He said anytime, any place, anywhere. And then it wasn't anytime, any place, anywhere. Now another man gets a victory over me and he celebrates it. That's the sign of a loser. That's the sign of somebody, that's the sign of a runner-up, That's not the sign of a champion. So